You know, as a person who has a mosquito allergy, a legit, like the doctor told me, you got a mosquito allergy. You cannot use an EpiPen. You don't need it, but just be advised. I shouldn't be outside, but you know what? It's looking pretty good. It's feeling pretty good. It's got to be like at least, I don't know, maybe 80 something now. You know, it just rained, and all of a sudden I've got the song After the Rain. Who is that by? What's her name? Oh goodness, I can't even think of it now. It's gonna escape. It's gonna be bugging me all night because I can't think of who it is singing After the Rain. But it'll come back to me. Okay, I digress because sometimes I get off kilter. I'm having a soapbox moment. And that moment is about information. Is it just me, or it feels like the biggest side hustle? And forgive me, I absolutely detest the term side hustle. I do. Two things. One, for me, it sometimes seems as if it's less than, right? Like this extra work that you do has no real value. First of all, it takes your time, okay? It does make you money. So it definitely has value. So the idea that it is this little project that you're working on, or it's not like something that's really legit. It's like, really, dude? So I hate the phrase side hustle. Absolutely irks me. Now, there are some people who think side hustle is great. Fine, to each his own. But anyway, my whole point is this. It feels as if the biggest hustle is selling information. Is it just me? Or is every single person trying to like sell us some info that they may or really may not be experts on? Is it just me? And there's always like this wave of something that when you look back through time and history, you'll say, oh yeah, everybody was selling that. Oh, and everybody was selling that. And everybody was selling this. Right now, it feels like that hustle is information. It's information. Now, let me tell you how I feel about that. Because I do believe there is a place where you should invest in quality information. I believe you should find yourself a reliable resource. Somebody who you feel, trust, has, a real good grounding in what they're hawking. Prime example, when you go to a university or you do any kind of continuing ed class or any kind of craft class, you're assuming that when you put your money down, the person who is teaching that class has some real knowledge to share with you. So there's nothing worse than paying your money, get to the class, and you're like, I could have got that off of YouTube, or you don't even know more than what I know, or what you're talking is kind of not quite right. It's concerning. Anyway, so as a person who is a small business cheerleader, I'm all about small businesses, making this community of small business cheerleaders, helping those who are trying to get started. I believe in sharing information to help you get down the road. You know, if you have struggled with something, the last thing you should want to see is someone else struggle. But that's just me. You know, I don't believe that sharing of information is going to take away from your business. It's going to make it harder for you. I've said it. There's enough pie for all of us. There's enough pie. So what's the harm in telling somebody, hey, here are the top 5 things you should do when you are preparing to start your business, right? Make sure you know about your state and their tax laws. Make sure you get an EIN from the IRS. Make sure you have a checking account or something with either a credit union, your local bank, create a relationship with said banker. Like, none of that stuff is like groundbreaking. It's not groundbreaking. So it absolutely irks me when there are people who will ask a question and there are those who feel like they have to protect this information because God forbid if somebody else knew. You know what, like, seriously, like, it's just not that serious. It's just not that serious. Now, I have seen other people who are like, you got time to edit for this, and you got time to pay me. To each his own. You know, to each his own. If I was asked to mentor somebody and give them my undivided attention and help them do some work, then by all means, I do believe you should be paid for that. Because now at this point, you're asking for someone to dedicate their time to you and help you get things off the ground and maybe get in the trenches with you, so that should require some payment. However, if you're just giving somebody info to get started, and yes, I have mentored people, and no, I don't charge them. First of all, if they're just getting started, they probably got the money anyway. And I would say, ain't got the money. Or what funds they do have should go back into their business. You know? But a good chunk of what I share is stuff they could find on the website anyway. And the way that I shared it is, these are some things you should look at. Here are your resources. Have at it. Because if you want it, you'll go get it. But if I had to catch the fish, skin it, clean it, fry it up, bake it, and then put it on the plate for you, then that definitely would be something different. But I'm not doing that. So no, when I say you have questions, you need help, ask. If I have the answer, I'm going to tell you. If I know someone who may have the answer, I'm going to tell you. But we have to get out of this place where everything has to be a fee. Everything has to be charged. It's obviously, I live a different life. And I'm not knocking those who do it. For me, though, it just feels like every time you turn around, somebody's trying to sell you something that is about information. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. If any of you are having the same thoughts or have seen the same thing, I would love to know your thoughts on it. But I do believe as a community, the idea of helping others should not come at a cost. Unless, of course, it's involving promotion. It's involving space on a website. Then yes, those things should. But just giving somebody the basic info to get started, good Lord, it's not gonna kill you. Get over it. But that's just G's 2 cents. I mean, we say too, but it's probably a couple dollars.